What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Facebook. Y'all know I be time challenged. Okay, just a little bit. Wow, so it's a whole lot later than I thought it would be, but I'm glad to be on. I was super excited about sharing this message with you guys, and I wanted to make sure that I got it done. So I am Kaywanda Lamb, aka the winning single mom. Hey, 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 and welcome to Mom Chat. And one of the things that I like to do is inspire us in the areas of parenting, love, and money. I do some coaching. I've written 2 amazing books for us. I have a planner coming out for us, a 90-day planner called the Single Mom Success Planner. You can catch it on my page. It's the pinned post. You need to get your pre-order in because this planner is going to help you get your life. But if you don't have my planner, I wanted to talk tonight about how to win in 2020, specifically about setting goals. And I am still exhausted from my 2-day whirlwind trip to Miami, so I'm going to try to keep it to about 30 minutes tonight. If you have questions, pop them in the chat. You got comments, let them fly. Give a girl some hearts, invite some friends, because this is going to be good. All right, so one of the things that I love to do is talk about my faith, specifically talk about how God has taken me, my faith in him has taken me through, so many trials and tough issues, but also how there were moments in my life where I knew they were God things and I was supposed to do that thing. That's because I was in tune with him. I was praying. I was paying attention. I was in pain. There's nothing like having some discomfort in your life to help you get your life together. For most people who have done amazing things, there was something that they didn't like that was frustrating them, that was going on in their life, and they wanted to change it. I think of Tony Robbins when he talked about when he was younger, and thanks to people who at the local church were delivering food for Thanksgiving, or they wouldn't have had anything to eat. The way he tells this story is there was nothing. And he remembers those good folks. And that's one of the reasons why he's committed to feeding people. And so one of his companies, every year, that's what he does. He feeds millions of people. And so that is so super awesome. But, it came from a place of discomfort in his life. What he's been able to do, the wealth he's been able to amass, is because he remembered what it was like when he didn't have, right? And then he also found how to use his skills to serve other people. And so y'all know I love talking about that, taking what's in your hand. There's a story in the Bible with the widow woman and the prophet. And the prophet said, hey, what's in your house? What do you have in your house? And so I take that and I say, what do you have in your hands? What do you have? Meaning, what can you do? What are your skills, right? What are the things that you're known for? What do people always ask you to do? And one of my coaching programs called Bankable Skills, that's what I do with single mothers. I help you figure out what those things are so that you can take that to change your life, right? So I'm excited about my 2020. If the good Lord lets me live, I am super just excited because I'm ready. When I say crush it, I am ready to crush it. So what's up? What's up? Hey, who's joining me? Hey, Rena. Okay, so invite some friends, y'all. Let some people know we're talking about some good things, especially for single mothers, because anything you're going through, honey, I promise you, I've been through it. I promise you, I've been through it. I wrote a lot about my journey in my first book, Do It Anyway. And then it's not just about the tough things, it's about how do you come out of that, right? And so lots of good stuff, lots of good nuggets. If you've been going through some tough times, I promise you, I know exactly what that feels like. But I want you to sit in that for a second and say to yourself, I will never be here again. That's what you got to do. You have to sit in that pain, sit in that discomfort for a second, just a second. And then that's going to help you start figuring out what's in your hand, what's in your house, and how you can use it to change your situation. And then also when those triggers that cause you to overspend or not budget or not pay attention to what's happening, those things don't pull you back into where you used to be. Because in my own life, I had to sit back and say, well, some things happened to me, but I also was doing this and I could have been doing that, right? And so God uses every moment. He's just so good to us. He uses every upset, every broken heart, every tear we've cried. He says, I will work all those things together for your good. In the Bible, it says that he works all things together for the good of those who love him, those who are called according to his purpose. And I believe that God has a purpose for every last one of us, right? Every last one of us, even our babies. When we're going through and we're the only parent and they're getting on our nerves, and I have older kids now, they're 17 and 19, so they don't stop. Okay, the parenting doesn't end. And sometimes I'm like, ugh. But I remember, just like he loved me through my stuff, he's going to love my babies through their stuff. And I pray for them. And I pause to breathe and take a deep breath. And I dig in and I parent, just like I ask you to do every day. I have to dig in and parent still. Okay. And so just be encouraged that you are not the only one. It is not over. You're going to make it through this thing, and you're going to raise those babies well. So I said all of that to give you a little background. I am so freaking excited about the year 2020 because, God has been doing some things in my life, shifting my mindset, showing me what's possible. And I pray that the same thing is happening for you. And so this is a condensed version of all the things we need to do, but I wanted to give it to you in this order. Obviously, there should be prayer. Obviously, there should be focus. Obviously, you should be thinking about what it is that you want. If you're just now thinking about what you want to happen in 2020, it's too late. But it's not too late. It's not too late. But I want you to start thinking about what it is you want for your life, period. And we're not just thinking about 1 year. I want you to find a nice journal, notebook, whatever you got, piece of paper, whatever, and start putting down your 1 year vision, your 3 year vision, your 5 year vision, and your 10 year vision. It is not a game, ladies. It's not a game. And I no longer want to play. Y'all know I love to encourage us, but you've probably noticed, my tone has changed a little bit. What I like to write about has changed a little bit because I don't want us out here struggling. I don't want us out here suffering. I don't want to go through any of that stuff anymore. And sometimes life happens, and it has certainly happened to me a couple of times. But I do not want that to be our story, your story. And I want us to transform. In 2020, I want us to take it back. You understand? Everything back that we lost. I want it. I want it all. And I want you to feel that way, that ferociousness for your family, right? So I happen to love to get my little notebooks from, and she's a Black single mom. And she does have like other pictures and things that you can order. But her name is Danielle Stewart. I love her. I hope to work with her when I do my subscription box in 2020. But she does these cute little mini Nista notebooks, and this one's a little bit bigger than the ones I ordered before. And this is Issa Rae, and she has a little quote on there from Issa. And what I just love about her is she's creative. She's a mom. She took what was in her hand. She told her story about, being married, having to go through divorce. I can't remember if the guy was abusive, but I've been following her a little while. She used to blog about fitness and being a mom and all that. And then she created her own company because she was a graphic artist. And, obviously people wanted to support her, but I tell you, she has created some amazing work. So go check her out at Oh So Paper Co. She did ask me to do this. I just happen to love her products. I think she does a great job. And so I have this little new notebook. I ordered 3, the one from Issa, the one with Tracy Ellis Ross, and I think I got the Ava DuVernay one, Black Girls Rock, right? Okay, so I made some notes that I want to talk to you guys about. Y'all know I love to share good things and cool people and things I find. So I just wanted to give her a little shout out. But one of the things that I want you to do for 2020 is to be focused, is to be so zeroed in on the fact that you are about to change your life, your family's life, your baby's life, your legacy, future generations, that you cut out all the fluff, right? Some stuff has to go. Some things just have to go. Hanging out with certain people has to go. Things you used to do, if it's not serving you, it has to It has to go. All right. So I wrote down 5 things in order to help you win in 2020. You don't have to do them in this order, but this first one I do want you to do in this order. So number 1, it says take time to create your vision. I just said it earlier. And when you take time to create your vision, so every year for like the past 4 years, 4 to 5 years, I've been creating vision boards. And whatever I put on that vision board, I've already been thinking about, I've already been working towards it, is what I want to happen in my life for the next year. And at the end of the year, I just sit back and look at that board and I'm like, oh my God, wow. I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. I got it done. Like 80 to 90% every year is done. It's always done. It's not because I wished it. It's not because I dreamed it. It's because I actually put some action behind it and made it happen. God opened some doors. I told people about my vision. I told folks about what I wanted to do, and it happened. And you know what had to happen? I had to show up and do the thing. Does that make sense? And so I want you to commit to whatever it is you're saying you want. If you're saying, I want to go back to school and I want to, get a better job. I want to become manager at my, whatever. I want to become senior VP. I want you to put some big dreams out there onto paper, because something happens, something magical happens, something spiritual, something amazing happens. It's more than magical, right? Something God purposed happens when we say, Lord, I'm trusting you to help me bring this vision to life that I believe you have for me and my family, right? And so take time to create your vision, but not just for 2020. I need it for 2020, 2023, 2025, 2029. Where do you want to go? And when we're so busy letting life come at us, allowing life to come at us, allowing people to distract us and pull us into mess and, knock us off of what we said we wanted to, knock us off course, knock us off track, we then forget about our own dreams and our own goals. And it's time out for that. Like I'm mad about it, right? When I look at where I am as opposed to where I know I'm supposed to be. But listen, I'm not stressing because I know I can still have it. I know I can still get it. And so I want you to have that same fire and fervor, and tonight to put it down. Okay, so number one, how to win in 2020 is to take time and actually write the vision. The Bible tells us in Habakkuk, I say Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision, make it plain so that she who reads it may run with it. Listen, people can't follow orders and directions unless you put it down and tell them what to do, right? So write the vision. When you write your vision and put it up, hang it up in your house, whether you fall off course for 3 months or 6 months, when you finally see that thing, you'll be like, I said I wanted to do that. And something in you, your mind will start saying, okay, then all right, then body, let's put it into action. Let's make it happen. God was, so masterful and so skilled, obviously the most supreme being, right, in the universe. We can't even fathom what he's able to do because with his words, the Bible says he spoke it and everything we see came to be. There's something powerful about you speaking the goodness that you want in your life. That's why we have to affirm ourselves. That's why we have to speak good, even when things are bad, right? Even when our kids are acting up. You know what I do? I speak well of my boys. Do you hear me? And they're not like terrible kids, because I will beat them to, what, right? But there have been some times where, they got on my nerves and I was disappointed and I was crying out to God. But I was tempted to say bad things about my kids. You know how the devil is. He's always waiting, honey. And I was like, I will not say bad things about them. And I will not say bad things to them, because I know that our words have power. Our words have power. Our words have the power to frame our world. Believe that. Believe it. God's word framed the world that we live in. Although I can't say make me a TV right now out of thin air. I don't have the power to do that. What I do have the power to do is that my children and I will thrive. And so I want you to put that into your vision. When I teach at my vision board parties that I host every year, and this year, sometimes y'all, I get frustrated. I do. I get frustrated with trying to help people who don't make a move and try to help themselves, right? I love y'all. I love y'all. So I'm like, listen, I'm not going to do an in-person vision board party this year. I thought about maybe I may come back and do like an online one. And if I do, I'll share it. But one of the things I do when I am in the vision board party that's so powerful is I always have notebooks and pens and everything that you will possibly need. And I take the ladies through an activity that I've created that focuses on 3 areas of life. And I have them over 7 pages create their vision. So it's hard to take somebody and say, oh, it's a vision board party, just grab some magazines. And then everybody's just putting all this random stuff. Unless you've really been thinking about what you want, you're just making a pretty board. And no wonder it doesn't come true. I guide the women through what do you really want and why do you want it, right? And it's just always so powerful. And we have such a really good time. But like I said, my desire is to really work with people who want to level up, right? And so I can't just keep spending money, doing stuff, hosting things, and then people don't show up. And then they tell me, but I wanted to come. I can't do it. So, okay, rant over. But you can do this. I'm on here today so that you can do it on your own. And I want you to spend time thinking about why you want it, what you want, and to be realistic, right? Put it down on paper and then create your vision board. This is your life, and it changes when you change. Be clear, it changes when you change. If you want it, if you're hungry, you will do it. You will make it happen. All right, so what's the next step after you have created that vision, after you've thought about it, you've prayed about it, you've been listening, you focus. Sometimes you have to shift your mindset into saying, hey, I can actually have more than this. Some of us still have these little bitty things that it doesn't take a miracle. You know, God doesn't have to step in for it to happen. All you have to do is open up a job application and apply and showcase your skills, or take a second to create a better resume. That's it. Or invest in somebody to look at your resume and do it for you. Some of the things we want God to move mountains for are within our reach. And then there are those things that are God things, that are God moments that we need him for. And as you are being in tune with him, as the Bible says, as you are abiding in him, and listening to him and drowning out the noise, he will make it clear which door you need to walk through. And one of my prayers, guys, I'm telling you, one of my big prayers is always, God, send me my people. Send me the people who are for me. Send me the people who I should work with. Send me the people who can help expand this vision that you've given me. Send me my people to help me do that, right? Okay, so number 2, in order to bring that vision to pass, you actually have to plan. Yes, you have to plan it out. So you heard me say I created a planner for us because it's going to help you with a 90-day focus. So if you don't have that planner, if you're not interested in supporting me, that's okay. There are plenty of other ones out there, or you can make your own. And so what I want you to do is to take it in chunks and to look at your big vision. And then I want you to try to break it down. What do I need to do to bring this to pass? Who do I need to have on my team to bring this to pass? If I don't have a lot of people, what do I need to do? Do I need to make friends? Do I need to be friendly? Right? Do I need to go support somebody else in their vision? What do I need to do to bring this to pass? Okay. All right. So make sure you're keeping that prayer, that meditation, that focus, that good energy going, right? Because I only like to work with people who have good energy. If you got terrible energy, it'll throw me off, right? And it'll just mess up my mood. And I'm just like, listen. So be careful who you have around you, and be careful who you tell your dream to for 2020. Because sometimes what God gives you, you got to keep it to yourself. Even good people, right? Good-hearted people, kind folks, people who love you, sometimes they can't see it. And so sometimes you have to hold it to yourself and just walk it out. All right. So plan to win by planning. Write the vision down and then put the steps to it. A lot of us just do the vision part and then we're just like, well, God, you didn't make it happen. What's up? And he's like, yeah, you got to do some work. You actually have to do the thing. You got to do the thing, right? And so number 3, I kind of hinted at it, but I put this on here because it's so important, right? It happened to me many years. There's so many things I could have done, would have done, should have done, but I told the wrong people. So number 3, I want you to remove negativity. You don't have to tell people, hey, I'm removing you from my life, you know, and I'm not saying throw people away, but if you're giving like negativity 2 hours, why don't you cut it down to 15 minutes? And at the end of that 15 minutes, just say, girl, listen, do you need a good coach? I know somebody. Do you need to get some counseling? Listen, how about I help schedule an appointment for you to talk to the pastor about this? You know, I'm not qualified. and this is not how I want to spend my 2 hours. You have got to remove the negativity in your life. And it may be that you just have to stop absorbing what everybody says to you. Who says it's true? What makes it right? Right? I have to tell my boys that. I'm like, so what? People have their opinions. What makes it true? Who says what, because they said something ugly that it's fact? I said, is it fact? Right? So we have to learn how to start rejecting that negativity. Right? All right. Now, if it's constructive criticism, that's different. Sometimes we need criticism, right? You got to know the source. So number 3, reduce the or remove the negativity and distractions, because you got to zero in on what it is you want for your life, period. Everything else has to go. Number 4, I want you to enjoy life more, right? And earlier I said you can do these in any order you want, but you got to write the vision. Now, enjoying your life is obvious. It's not like step 4, you wait and then you enjoy. I want you to do more enjoying of your life, more time with your kids, more intentional time for you, more self-care, because I have realized that by doing less, yes, by doing less, I have been able to do more. It's crazy. Okay, it's crazy, but it's by being able to sit back and say, where was I spending my time? Where was I spending my focus? Why was I all over the place here and there? Right? And just being able to sit back and say, this is what I need to do. This is the next step. So put more enjoyment into your life. There was a lady who posted something I did maybe a week ago or so, and she was like, how do you get all this done? And I'm working every shift I can get. I get it. Sometimes we're in those seasons where we're trying to survive and we're trying to provide. But I want you to really sit back and look and say, do I have to work all these sessions? Is there a spending situation happening over here where if I stop doing this, I'd have more money in this area? Are there things I'm paying for that I'm not using that if I, canceled those subscriptions or remove this thing, I'd have more money in this area, therefore I could work less hours? I mean, it's up to you. And there are seasons where we need to grind, right? I'm no stranger to that, and I believe in that. But there are also seasons where we need to rest. So if you can get more enjoyment into your life, if you can get more rest into your life, you're going to have a better 2020. All right. And then the 5th thing is I want you to constantly be assessing and reassessing, where am I on track with my goals? Have I, finished any of these things that I had on my list for 2020? Okay, it's June and I had 5 things on my vision board that I wanted to come to pass. What's my track record? What have I been doing to make sure these things happen? Am I close? Right? I want you to reassess the vision. Do you need to give yourself more time for that vision to come to pass, for that thing to happen? Or are you on track? Did you fall off and just say, forget it? Was it just this fun thing you did and you're like, okay, it's somewhere in the corner? Because let me tell you something, your dreams will not work unless you do. That's the truth right there. And so people are always like, oh my gosh, you're doing it, you're this, you're that. And I'm just like, I'm just doing what I feel passionate about and what I feel like God has called me to do. Okay, thank you. But the reality is I keep taking action. I just keep taking action. I take action. Nobody's going to tell me anything and it's going to stop me dead in my tracks and make me not finish what I feel like God has called me to do. Nobody. You can't tell me anything to make me stop. And you have got to be that fierce and that ferocious about what you deserve and what you want to happen in your family. So I hope I said something tonight that has blessed you guys. This is our last mom chat of 2019 because I am the CEO of 2 companies. And I realized that this time of year is when I take like the last few weeks off and I rest and then I prepare for the beginning of the year. And I'm also building a few things out that require me to, bring more time in. But, I love coming on, talking to you guys. I also realize that this is probably not the best time of the week for most moms. And so in 2020, I'm going to test out Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I really feel like something magical happens. And I keep using the word magical, even though I don't believe in magic. Something wonderful happens. Let's just wonderful. Something wonderful happens early in the morning when the house is quiet. We're able to think, we're able to breathe, we're able to have our cup of coffee, and we're able to think about our day. At least I am, and it works for me. And I wouldn't say I'm a morning person or a night person. I just happen to wake up every morning at the freaking same time, like 5:30, 6 a.m., like clockwork. And that just happens because of the way that I've worked all these years. My body's accustomed to it. My ideas are always going, and I wake up, and the first thing I do is I thank God that I'm alive, and I talk to him before I roll out of bed. And, I just kind of set that moment aside for him, and I pray, and then I get up, right? And the boys, they sleep. They're older now. Even when they were younger, it was still like a 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock thing. Maybe they got up a little bit earlier when they were younger than that, but I trained those jokers. Listen, y'all gonna sleep. Mama gonna get this nap in. But as I began to write books and build businesses, and I was still working full time, I had to learn how to balance my schedule so that I wouldn't drive myself crazy, right? And we talk about this being superwoman, and we talk about this bossing up, and and reality is sometimes we can wear ourselves out, and I've certainly been there. And that is why I'm saying to you, I have learned that I can do so much more in less time, but that time is focused. So that is what I want you to do. Learn how to say, hey, I'm going to take 2 hours on Monday night, Wednesday night, Friday night. I know y'all like to go out on Friday night or something, so maybe Saturday morning. And those 6 hours are yours to hit it hard. Whatever that dream is, whatever that thing is, to go for it, right? And that's why I'm so excited about this planner. Oh my God, because I built in time for you to be able to look at your schedule and for you to be able to say, this is going to be my self-care. This is going to be when I, work on my business. This is going to be when I create my book, So I'm just excited. So if you have questions, pop them in the chat. If not, honey, y'all know I love y'all. I'm always rooting for you. I want you to plan to win. I want you to remind yourself that you can do this thing. I want you to know that God loves you. He has a plan for you and your babies. And every moment that you're sitting up stressing, you could be building something. Every moment that you're sitting up worrying, you could be praying. Every moment that you're sitting up angry, you could forgive, right? We have to make the choice to live. We have to make the choice to do better. We have to make the choice to say, I'm going to do amazing things with what I have left. And that's what I decided. It took me 3 years to figure out I was wasting my breath, wasting my time on somebody that didn't want me anyway. And thank God, okay? Thank God. Because so much goodness was waiting on me when I came to my senses. And I hope the same thing happens for you. So God bless you guys tonight. I don't see any questions. But take these steps real quick. Take these steps to heart. Take the time this remaining 3-4 weeks in December and really focus on what you want. Enjoy the holidays with your babies. Do all the things you love, right? Get dressed in your warm parkas and your cute boots and go watch the lights and the Christmas trees. Do the things you said you wish you would if you had time, because the truth is you can make the time. You can make the time. We do not want to get to the point where they're so old and we're just like, well, dang, I wanted to do it now. I promise you it'll be okay. All right, so 5 things I'll recap. Thanks for the hearts. Take time to create your vision for 2020, your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5 year, and your 10-year vision. Take the time. Get you a notebook and put it in there and hold it dear. Write those things down and watch them come true. Okay, in order for them to come true, number 2, you need to plan to win by planning with major steps that you're going to do so that you take action to bring that vision to life. Ask God for your people. Ask God for the resources. Start looking around to see what is in your hand. I promise you something is there. Number 3, remove negativity and distractions. Zero in on what it is that you want. Number 4, do more living. Do more living. Enjoy this life, right? Every day we wake up is a second chance. I truly believe that. And when God gives me a second chance, I don't want to say I wasted it just watching TV. I want to say I moved the needle toward the thing that he put me here to do. And the last step, continue to reassess, recalibrate, refresh. Don't get down on yourself. Just get back up and go after it, girl. All right. So thanks for the heart, y'all. All right, y'all know I love y'all. And I have literally been up like 24 hours for the last 3 days, like legit. But I came home, got a little nap, went back at it, rested some today. Obviously did church because I love the Lord, got to get that word in. And I'm about to get back after it. And I want you to know that whatever your dream is, it's worthy. And all you got to do is push for it. All right? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I will see you guys on Mom Chat in 2020. God bless and have a good night and prepare to win. All right? Catch me over at kaywandalamb.com. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.